Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Tribe 9 video. Today we're going to talk about my overall thoughts about Tribe 9 after close to 30 hours. Let's get right into the video. Alright, so first things first, the story. I haven't finished it. I haven't finished it, mainly because I've been wanting to finish it on stream, as I started it on stream and I'm planning on finishing the story on stream. After this, I don't know if I'll do the story on stream, as I would like to play other games. Monster Hunter Wilds is coming up, so I would like to do that and get the story done this week with Tribe 9. But the story has been okay. I hear it gets better after chapter 2 or during chapter 2. I don't think I'm there yet. I might have just started chapter 2, but I'm not there yet. But the story's okay. If you like Danganronpa or any of the games that they've made in the past, then you know what you're getting in here for. Just like I am. I like the art style. I like the stories that they have to tell. Will it work as a gacha? I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. After all, there was a case in Danganronpa 2 or 3 that took like 4 hours. So I think they might be just fine. The dailies. The dailies used to be an issue for some people. However, that has now been addressed, and now we actually get full currency for dailies. And I'm not gonna lie, after the fix, it actually feels good. It feels good to get some gems after, you know, claiming or doing a quest that gives you money or other currencies. The stamp, the zero thing, this book zero thing is actually how you progress your game. So in many games like Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, and many others, you usually get ascension materials. Ascension materials is what makes your characters progress through ranking up and, you know, lets them level up further. In here, it's through a stamp and it's tied to story. This is fine. I'm sure eventually we're gonna finish the book and there's gonna be a limit, and it'll be just fine. So there actually isn't that much in this game. It's just you mainly farming. Now granted, no events had started yet, so I don't know how that game is gonna look after events, so I don't want to judge that too much. However, what I would like to point out is the mixed reception around the combat. When I first started the game, actually, let me revert back. Back when I first saw the game during beta, I didn't play the beta. I saw the beta being played to some extent. I wasn't too into it. I honestly didn't know what to think of the combat. I didn't really care for it. I just liked the art style and the colors and just all the animations that happen during combat, right? That's pretty much it. That's actually just it. I've never really been a chibi guy, especially with pixels or pixelated art, but I think it carries itself quite nicely, as it is not detriment to literally anything else. Once you go in combat, it is actually full-on models that look amazing. Same with literally everything else. The only time you get to see them in pixelated art is just during the overworld. Even during story, they have beautiful 3D sprites. The one thing that a lot of people have been talking about is how slow the combat is. And to those people, I agree. The combat is very slow. But personally, I don't think it's trying to be zenless. In my opinion, I never really saw the combat to be rather like zenless or, you know, punishing Grey Raven, a Honkai Impact 3rd. Even though those are the types of games I like the most, very action heavy, I didn't think this was going to be that way. Maybe it's because I've already seen it during the beta, and so I was already maybe used to it. But being used to it versus playing it is something different. So I really don't think, and I'm sorry for this review being a little scatterbrained, it's just there's a lot to talk about, right? Like, there's a lot of people with mixed opinions. It was received very negatively at launch. Now it has a mixed reception, which is, you know, better. However, in the Play Store and the in the Apple Store, it's been received fairly better than it is on Steam. So just keep that in mind. So the thing about combat for me is, again, I don't think it was meant to be a Zenless. Never saw it as a Zenless. I just saw it as something different. Does it work as something different? Maybe not at the start. But the longer you play it, the more you get used to it, and the more you begin to understand that it kind of has more of a Souls feel. And not like Wuthering Souls feel. Wuthering Souls feels more like a Sekiro feel, but more of a straight up kind of Souls game. Maybe that's from me playing the character that you guys are always gonna see on screen, like all the time. Maybe that's because I play that character, because she's just as slow as the combat is, that maybe she just feels right for the combat style. But even when controlling other characters, I still don't feel the Zenless. I still don't feel everything. Everything just feels so Souls-like to me, with some extra mechanics that have a certain vibe to it. At first I didn't know what to think. I didn't think of anything of these, you know, the gauge that's in the top left corner. I didn't think about that at all, but it's actually kind of nice. It almost feels like Souls mixed with some Monster Hunter isms, as you have build-ups for your weapons, and some weapons change color, like the one I'm using, because you gotta level up the heat. And the best part for me about the combat is you cannot repeat actions. Repeating actions will let your gauge not fill up any further, or fill up way slower, or it would actually start decreasing. And I think that's an excellent idea. So it doesn't lack so you don't parry everything and you dodge everything. So you mix your dodges and parries, counters. It actually has a really nice flow to it once you begin to understand all the mechanics that it has to offer. But at first, I understand. I completely understand. This does not feel the greatest at the start. The more you go into it, the more you'll start to understand it. And it'll feel just fine. The biggest issue that I think I have with the game, it's not the farming, it's how you go about the farming. I love walking around these areas and just naturally opening chests, like I'm rediscovering these areas, even though I've already discovered them before. But opening chests, killing mobs, it feels so good. It feels so natural. Leveling up your characters feels just so natural. I don't have the need to use level up materials like I'm playing a gacha. It just feels like I'm straight up playing a full price game. Everything about this game just feels like a regular game. And that's a feeling I don't get very often with a gacha game. The last time I had this feeling was sorta Heavy Burst Red, but mainly Heavy Burst Red just has a powerful story. Has an extremely powerful story. However, that I did get past chapter 1, and I'm mostly caught up with, but that's besides the point. Let's go back into the Tribe 9 topic. Tribe 9, I'm sure I might get that same feeling. I just have to finish the story and get to where the story is up till now. So my biggest problem is defeating enemies that are way lower than you when you could just swing at them. I'll show an example on screen, because I think this would be really nice to have as a quality to life stuff without having a specific gacha currency or like a sweep. This would technically count as a sweep with a sweep. So basically what I'm trying to say is, why not just smack the character, hit the opponent, especially if you have the advantage point. Why not just smack the opponent and then just claim the rewards? Just get the reward automatically. Just banish them from existence. Just smack them and banish them from existence and just automatically claim the rewards. In this channel, we don't play just gacha games. We love gacha games around here, but we do play other games. And I have played turn-based games before, and action games, and everything in between. And when you're world exploring, it feels more like an RPG. When you're in combat, it feels more like a Souls game kind of thing, right? Or a Monster Hunter kind of game. So as an action game, sorta, or a Souls game, kinda, I understand why you have to defeat the mobs so constantly, but as an RPG, you should have a way of sweeping these enemies that are way lower than you in levels. So you should be able to just smack them and just instantly claim their rewards. I'll show an example on screen. Hopefully I can recreate what I'm talking about on screen. The music, the environments. The environments are okay. I think I like some of the environments more than others. But this is more of my art style when it comes to like cities and just overworld mobs. I don't know. This is good. Watched the anime before, so I'm familiar with the story to some extent. Or the main story as to how things happened and the tribes and the extreme baseball. Yes, this is a game about extreme baseball, and yet we're smacking things with cleavers and stuff. Yeah, some questions are just better not asked. However, it is a fun experience. If you I never played anything like this before, and I'm quite enjoying my time with it. And I will continue to enjoy my time with it until I'm either tired of it, bored, and so on. The Battle Pass. The Battle Pass is goated. Why? The 20 bucks is the expensive version. You don't even have to spend that one. You can get everything that is important from the previous tier, which should be maybe $9.99, so maybe like 10 bucks? Maybe less. I'm not sure. I didn't do the math. Someone please let me know in the comments if you know the price. Now, why did I want to talk about the Battle Pass? Well, for one, the dailies are actually super easy. The weeklies are very easy too. However, you get 3 skins. You get 3 skins and surprise different variants, colors of characters' outfits. I will of course be showing all this stuff on screen, but yes, you can get up to 3 skins that are actual skins. The rest will be a surprise. You don't know what you're gonna get. You could be getting a different color variant of a skin that's already existed for a character you may have or you may not have. And it's fairly easy to do everything that's in the pass. It's fairly easy. If this game wants to switch to a little bit faster paced combat, I'm not gonna mind it. That's fine. But I kind of like the way that it is right now. Thank you for watching. Well, again, we'll see what it's like after events come out. And the game officially gets actually really like started. Reroll is super easy. I've already made a video about rerolling. If you would like to check that out, you're more than welcome to. So there's rifts. Rifts give you materials for leveling up your cards and other things. But not really your character. You naturally level up the character. It's actually really easy to max out your characters to whatever cap you are at. It's actually really easy to level up characters naturally. It's something I really keep saying in this game, but it's just so natural. Everything about this game just flows so natural. It's like I'm playing an actual game. It's actually really nice. It may not look like it, but once you're playing it, it just feels good, man. Everything's just so natural. So overall thoughts? This game's great. I strongly recommend it, especially now that they've, changed some things as to what it's like to play it daily. let's wait for event to give another opinion. So maybe give what my opinion is like. I will definitely update you guys after I finish the latest chapter, and when events start rolling, I will definitely be doing that for you guys and letting you know if I still recommend it then. But as of now, it's a strong recommendation for me. And if you're a battle pass player and a daily gem player, it is definitely worth the price. That's it for me for today. And now, wait, no. What is the free to play? What is the F2P life like? So before I leave, let me make this right. I don't want to come out and be like, just, I'm a whale and that's it. No, no, no. If you're a free-to-play player, I suggest you don't really worry about gems too much. However, I've come to understand why people have pointed that out. And yes, I understand now. I understand. Especially if you like the character and you want to play as them forever. I understand. But if you don't really care about the gacha like myself, if you don't really care about any of that, you just want to play new games and you just like new games, doesn't matter if they're full priced or gacha, just know that if you're that type of free-to-play player, this is your cup of tea. Why? Whatever part of the story you are involved on, wherever part of the story you are in, you are more than welcome to play as any of the characters that are in current part of the story. And I mean any, and let me explain this. Let me say this to you really clearly. Any and anywhere. You can take any of these characters on rifts. You can take every single one of these characters for farming and endgame content for free. You don't need to pay to try them. You will need to gacha if you want them permanently, especially if they're not involved in the story. Outside of that, you're more than welcome to try them anytime, as long as they're involved in the story. And I have to say, I played some games that allows you to play, the characters. I played a lot of gacha games. So I played games where they don't let you play as any of the characters, but I've also played gacha games that let you play as the characters, but it's only during story. Only during story. This one lets you play as story characters during and outside of the story. So if you're free to play and you just want to play something new that it's free and you don't want to worry about the gacha, go ahead. This if you like the combat, if you like the characters or the art style, maybe you'll really like the story, I don't know, something, this is the game for you. And this is really refreshing. I've been looking for games like these for me for quite a while, and I've been starting to find them. I've come from another Eden. I've come from another Eden. I love Heaven Burns Red, and I'm really liking this one right now. I really hope that my mind doesn't change my opinion on me liking this. I really, really hope so. Because there's not too much menu navigating, so it doesn't feel like it's a gacha. Yeah, like if you play a gacha, it's all menu navigating and just sweeping and you just clear sure you're in and out. And I get that that's the point, but it gets a little too much. Obviously, for those players, this may not be their game because having to walk around and farming for things just may not be for them. And I get that. I understand. Then this is just not the game for you. But other than that, I think that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and I would appreciate your support if you can let me know what you think of the game in the comments below. Please click the subscribe button, the notification button, so you know when I go live as well, as I will be continuing the story tonight. If I don't finish it tonight, I will continue it tomorrow. night at around 7 or 8 p.m. PST. So yes, please. If you like this video, please like it, comment as well, and share it around, as I would like to hear other people's opinions about what they think of this game. I feel kind of alone here. Please someone help me. Goodbye everybody.